Hey everybody, this is Jimmy Rex. I wanted to do a live video for you guys today. I keep getting asked a lot by different people if now's a good time to invest in real estate or not. And so I wanted to break down a little something that I'm doing currently with investing in real estate that's been very productive and it's going to set me up for a long-term wealth plan that I wanted to share with other people. So back in 2007, 2008, when the market crashed, a lot of people lost their fortunes and started getting really nervous about investing in real estate. And it took a few years before people warmed up to the idea again of why they should invest with real estate and everything else. A lot of people heard horror stories of what had happened. But the difference between then and now, I'm going to go over, there's one really big difference. And that has to do with the affordability and the ability to buy real estate now at historically low interest rates. And so I want to explain a little bit of this. I bought a property in 2007, at the beginning of 2007, for $225,000. My rate was 6.75%. I did what was called back then an 80-20 loan. They don't even exist anymore. Basically, you get a first loan for 80%, and instead of putting down 20% for the other 20, back then you could get a second loan. And I think my second loan, my rate was like 9 or 9.5. So my total payment on this house that was $225,000 was like $2,300 a month. At the time, I could only rent it for about $1,400 a month, which is a huge difference, huge gap there, losing $900 a month. Well, in my mind, I justified it at that time because I was getting a commission to buy it of like $7,000, so I figured I could take the loss for like 8 straight months and break even on that. The other reason, though, is at the time the market was going up so high that people were buying homes like myself, and then you wanted to sell it a year or two later at a huge gain. I was young, I was naive, I didn't understand the principles of real estate or investing in real estate, and so I did this, and thankfully I got lucky enough I sold the property before the market completely tanked, but I was losing money every month, between $600 and $900 a month, as I held the property for payment. So the difference now, I want to explain this to people because this is what I'm teaching people to do right now with the market. A lot of people are asking me, is the market going to crash? Is the market going to tank? Is it a safe time to invest in real estate? And frankly, done the right way, it's absolutely the best time still to invest in real estate. So I'm going to give a real life example of what I'm doing with a friend of mine who just closed last week on a property. It's a house here in Orem, has a legal accessory apartment for the basement. My buddy Bo Winder actually bought the house, and what he did is a 15-year loan. And this is what I'm teaching a lot of people right now, and I want to explain why the 15-year loan is such a great model to invest in real estate. So basically, he bought this place for $245,000. The property is renting for $1,100 upstairs and $800 down, so $1,900 total. We'll just assume it's only renting for, if you bought a normal house at $245,000 or townhouse or whatever, you probably rent it out for closer to $1,500 or $1,600 right now. He's getting $1,900, but conservatively, we'll even use the numbers $1,500, which is a $400 buffer there difference. So if you're renting it out for $1,500 a month, okay, this is how it breaks down. 20% down, because we don't want to do 80-20 loans. We want safe, smart real estate investing. If you don't have the 20% down, you shouldn't be investing in real estate anyway. So save the 20% first. Comes out to $49,000. At that rate, for the difference on a 3% interest rate, which, by the way, on a 15-year rate, a 15-year loan, you get about a half to a full percent better interest rate than you would on a 30-year loan. A little something extra there as well. Your principal, interest, tax, and insurance total payment for him came to $1,468 a month. So of that $1,468 a month, the beauty of a 15-year loan is the amount of money that goes towards the principal versus goes towards interest. So when you buy a 30-year loan, everybody knows that about 95% of your payment is just going to interest, which is nice for the tax benefits, but doesn't really help you as far as paying down the property goes. Well, on a 15-year loan, it very quickly becomes very profitable, and here's why. So $245,000 puts $49,000 down. You got a loan for $196,000, and that payment $1,468 a month. Keep in mind he's actually renting it for $1,900, but if he was only renting it for $1,500 a month, let's say he's basically breaking even on the rents compared to the payment. Okay, of that $863 a month goes towards principal. $490 a month goes towards interest. So somebody else is making his payment for that $1,500 a month Yet he gets principal, basically it's a savings account of $863 per month. And the beauty of the 15-year loan is it quickly gives you more and more principal versus interest. At the end of year 5, your principal payment is $1,006 of it goes towards principal, and $352 goes towards interest. So essentially, somebody else making your payment on an investment property, you put $49,000 down, you're making $863 a month. That's about a 20% cash-on-cash return year over year, even in year 1. Not to mention the tax benefits that come with this and everything else. So my way of hedging against the market, let's say the market collapses, right? Which is no signs that it's going to do that, but let's say that's your biggest worry. Well, if you're on a 15-year loan, you're ready to place out for $1,500 to $1,900 a month, you're literally getting $863 off the principal every month. So instead of having this 80-20 interest-only loan where your principal doesn't go down $1, you're maximizing this where your principal goes down almost $900 a month starting from the very beginning. It doesn't take long before you get some really good equity in the property. Hopefully this was helpful. This is just the first of many videos I'm going to do teaching people how to invest properly in real estate to avoid any kind of a market crash. Thanks. Best properties and foreclosures. I get talked to all the time. People want to buy a foreclosed property. A couple people have asked me recently, like, hey, why is the market as hot as it is?